It's been a while since I made a video. I just thought it would be cool to make one, just kind of giving some tips on what to do when you're moving to another state. I don't think I ever talked about it, that we're actually originally from California. We're originally from LA, moved to Detroit, Michigan back in July of 2019. It's because my husband actually got into medical school here in Detroit. We didn't find out that he got into medical school until May, actually, so we only had 2 months to prepare and pack our bags and move to the Midwest, which is about 2,200 miles from California. So we actually drove for about 3-4 days from there, which was a pretty cool trip. But yeah, so I kind of wanted to share with you guys how that journey went and just give some few tips to those people that are moving across the country. So I was born in the Philippines, but I moved here when I was 11, so I pretty much was raised in California. I'm 29 now, so I actually lived in California more than I lived in the Philippines. So LA is my home. One of the things that we really considered when moving was, of course, like, where would we live? Apartments, townhouses, there's a lot of options. It was really helpful to do a virtual tour of an apartment, so that's kind of one of the tips I wanted to tell you guys. Make sure that you look into that. Ask about utility, what are included utilities, water, electricity, trash, sewer, like those are things I didn't know about. And then parking, like parking is so important, especially if you're moving to a state that's really cold, like has severe weather conditions like Michigan. Definitely stark difference from our LA weather, always sunny, rains like once in a billion years, and here it's 7 months of winter pretty much. Some of the things that really helped out is, thanks to my dad, he actually bought us an SUV to use here because I had a 2-door sedan back in California. I feel safer when the weather is not that great. The one thing that I really loved using here was like a snow scraper, like an ice scraper. You can buy that from Costco or Target. Costco even has like a set that has a mini one and a big one. When we found out it's Detroit, it was kind of like, oh my gosh, like, what are we gonna do? Our parents were just like scared that we're going to Detroit, but I researched a lot of the things prior to us coming here. We don't have Ralph's or Vons here. We have Myers is what they call here, Kroger's, and what else, like Westbourne Market is actually really nice. Those are like organic, and we have Whole Foods and Trader Joe's actually. So Target and Trader Joe's and all those other stuff are about 20-minute drive from where we live. Yeah, those are things you want to just research, like how far you are from things like that. And then lastly, of course, if you're moving to a very cold state, make sure you invest in cold weather items like clothing, like invest in a good sweater and a good parka, and good boots. Don't cheap yourself out on that, because honestly, like if they break right away, it's just the same thing as buying one that was quality. So I definitely recommend buying one that's just a good one from the start. Uniqlo is my best friend. I always buy from there because they have like really cheap heat tech stuff, like shirts and like leggings, and they're like so thin, but they keep you really warm. It's hard to be stylish when it's cold as heck, so it really helps out. And kind of just like, if you want to wear like a lot of like thinner jackets, like those Uniqlo inner shirts and long sleeves help out with that. They really keep me warm, at least. I think those are some of the things that I will give as tips to you guys. Moving to a new state is very scary, and you know, like, it's the fear of the unknown, and leaving behind like your family and your friends is hard, but it's definitely been a challenge. Lots of laughter and crying. I honestly probably cried the first month, like my husband would attest to that. When I moved here, I'm an only child, so I'm very clingy to my parents and my best friends and everything, but you just appreciate things a lot more too. when you're far away from family. So now that when we go back, I do the best I can to make time for them. So don't take that for granted. Not that I ever did. I hung out with our family a lot, with my friends a lot. But it's just, now that when we visit, it's like, there's just never enough time. Like, I wish time would freeze. So that's something that I want to tell people. They're just like, you know, you just never know. Just enjoy your time and have fun. And yeah, count your blessings. You know, things can get hard, but as long as you have a good head on your shoulder and a support system, it really helps. I've made really great friends here. I have lifelong friends that I'd go back to Michigan for, and they've made it all worth it. So I wish you luck if you are moving to another state, and if you have any questions or any advice that you'd want to ask me, please feel free. Peace and blessings.